basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and Grant Hill. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. The kick to Tatum. Back to Holiday. From the arc. It's hauled in by Collier.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
And so, Will Hardy calls for the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. The Jazz on offense. Here's Collier. Driving in. Boom! He jams it straight down.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. And now the Jazz on the run in transition. Outside Porzingis. Holiday with the ball. Picked up by Sexton. Here's Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
You have to know how to play pick and roll in today's NBA, and Porzingis has got great instincts of when to dive and when to fade.
The three from Sexton. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, B.A. It's 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
Brown. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Fires it. Oh, a nice shot by Collins.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Brown with a screen. White drives in. Three-pointer, Holiday. Pure from three-point range. Holiday's got 5.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on White. Well, Doris, the 7-footer from Finland, Lauri Markkanen. What makes him so tough to stop?
Well, the size you mentioned, 7 foot. The sweet shooting that he provides. He's got tremendous range and accuracy from three-point territory. Can put it on the deck, is willing to mix it up on the glass. There's a lot to like.
Tatum with room to shoot. Kessler with a rebound.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Pass to Collier. Collins a screen. Here's Collier. Shot clock at 3. And here's Collins. Oh, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Celtics with the lead. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla, and I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said, we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope he can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And there's 1:45 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Collier. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
So it's Utah now. They trail by 1. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, B.A., if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Boston, no good that time either. And here are the Jazz. On the wing, Sexton. Back to Collins. Boston pulls it in. Pass to Tatum. Takes it inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you can see the level of aggression. If Jason Tatum sees a window of opportunity to drive it, he will expose it.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The Celtics making a switch here. And so he makes both from the line.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Pass to White. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Collins outside. Markkanen with it. To the left side wing. 6 on the shot clock. Kessler, no good. Brown looking around. From 9 feet out. Tie game in Boston. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment.
13. The Jazz. 13.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
To the wing, right side. Here's Kessler. There's the drive. That one goes in.
Assisted.
Kessler's got his first bucket in this one. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Now here's Holiday. 5 points in the game. Out to Horford. Here's Hauser. Oh, getting it done. Horford gets it to go.
Well, this guy's such a polished player from this area of the floor. Al Horford, it doesn't get any easier than that one right there.
Pass to Markkanen. And Porzingis with the block. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. They get it back. Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Doris, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform, you think?
I'm not going greatest player, B.A. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone in pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
And Utah has possession. Following the bucket by Boston. Back to Kessler. Outside Sexton. Pass to Kessler. Right wing. Markkanen with it. Here's Collier. Tries again. And he lays it in. Collier's got 9. 1:57 left in the second quarter. To the inside. And stolen by Markkanen. All by himself. And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Off the inbound pass. Collier, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected and great timing on the contest.
Now here's Tatum. And the 3 off target.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Driving inside. Collier, no good. And White has got the ball here for Boston. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Tatum with a screen. It's hauled in by Collier. For 3, Sexton. He drops it from range. And the Jazz lead by 3.
I mean, Sexton can shoot from anywhere. Strong from beyond the arc.
To the paint. Oh, Tatum with a throwdown.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
There's 49 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Personal foul. Substitutions for the Celtics.
44 seconds left in the second period. Porzingis sets a screen. Holiday drives in. Kick out to Brown. JB off the bounce. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Boy, how impressive is the quickness Jaylen Brown possesses. This guy sprints hard toward the cup on every drive.
Here's Collier. He's got 9. Pass to Markkanen. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a 3-point play. That one on Kessler. Boston shooting their first foul shot of the game.
There's a reason people call Kristaps Porzingis the unicorn. A 7-foot big man, but boy, what a sweet shooter he is.
Out left to the wing. Good work defensively by White. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Celtics out in front. They lead by 1. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
Yeah, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Nice shot by George.
Yeah, put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
To the middle. Oh, JB rattling the rim.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown so quick off his feet. What a vertical threat he is.
Got a piece of it. White with a steal. Tatum from long range. Drops in the three. And now a 4-point Celtic lead.
He has the ability and the aggressiveness to capitalize from downtown. And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Pritchard. Clock at 6. Here's Tatum. And he gets it back. Pass to Horford. Second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the layup. Horford's got 6.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Celtics lead by 3. Here's White. Here he goes. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Off the dribble drive slash. Derek White. Boy, I'll tell you what, taking no prisoners on that finish.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Boston making a switch here. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they had the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Inside. Here's Horford. Another shot. And Horford with the score off the miss.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Collins outside. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Filipowski. Just 5 on the clock. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. And it's Clarkson missing.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And when you talk about guards who can really attack in the lane, Jordan Clarkson is on that list, Doris.
DA, there are just certain guys who are comfortable operating in tight windows. Clarkson's mindset is score. He's got a great sense for where and when to pull up into his shot. He can burn you from 3. Little bit streaky, but boy, he can really get on a hot streak.
Here's Pritchard. Here's Cornette. Pass to Hauser. Takes the 3. Hits the trifecta. Hauser's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Personal foul. First team foul.
1:27 left to play in the third quarter here. Here's George. Here's Filipowski. Defended by Porzingis.
Filipowski.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Here's White. Kick out to Brown. Here's Porzingis. Back to Brown. Outside White. Pass to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Oh, sweet move.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical, easy finish for KP.
It's George on the wing. Here's Filipowski. 11 points in the game. It's George on the wing. Back to Collins. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Kristaps Porzingis has proven over the course of his young career that he is willing to be a force as a shot blocker.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Pass to Filipowski. And here's Collins. Defended by Brown. To the inside. Filipowski.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. They lead by 4. The kick to Tatum. From outside the arc. Utah grabs the miss.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
A nice shot by Filipowski.
Yeah, sharp feed by Collins. His coaches want more of that from him.
Up top, White. Here's Porzingis. Yes, it's good.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Here's Collier. There's the 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Boston leading by 4. Tatum on the drive. The 3. And Porzingis is good for 3. Porzingis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, in the modern NBA, a big that can shoot with range so important. Kristaps Porzingis from 3.
0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
That's anticipation on the defensive end by Derek White. Send it back, young sir.
Jazz trail by 7. Sexton goes in. Kicks it out to Collins. And Collins with the jam.
Whoa, did you see that? John Collins. A little bit of sauce on that slam.
The kick out to White. Back to Tatum. Ooh, Tatum slams it home.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Personal foul.
And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, not content to take what the defense gives them. I mean, they're attacking the gaps and getting the ball inside.
Well, what's impressive to me about Jason Tatum is how he attacks his weaknesses in the offseason. This guy is committed to greatness.
You can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Kick out to White. Outside, Brown. Pass to Tatum. Here's the three. Jason Tatum! He's a sharpshooter!
Tatum doesn't need a whole lot of space. You give him any look from three, and you're in trouble.
Collier, no good. Celtics lead by 9. Now Brown. Outside Tatum. .149 left in the final quarter. Here's Collier. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That one on White. And the free throw, no good. So it's Boston now. Pass to Brown. Outside Tatum. Back to Holiday. Here's Brown. Kick out to White. To the middle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Holiday. And again, Boston with the triple.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Celtics.
When you look at their assist totals, you can see why it was easier for them to score. The ball was really popping tonight.
And good things seem to happen when you're patient and willing to make the next pass. Their offense has flowed really well.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Kristaps Porzingis.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
White, good.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
.44 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. White with the steal. Outside Tatum. Lets it go from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Outside, Brown. Left side, Porzingis. Fires the three. No luck on that one. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a